the World Invitational Singles Semi-Final underway here at Croke Park. So the World Invitational Singles Semi-Final underway. Pancho Monreal from Mexico, defending champion, against David Chapman from the United States. And David Chapman serving, and already 1 point up. And joining me in the commentary box is Natty Alvarado Sr., former world champion.
It's great to be here with you, all Irish people and from people from all over the world. As you saw right away, David Chapman started to serve his famous lob serve to the left, and that way he usually gets a setup.
I saw the ball play natural. You can ask your linesman.
David Chapman.
You saw the bad bounce. The
Just
second line, saw
questioning
the
the decision of the referee, and the referee acknowledging the linesman there, saying there was a bad bounce. So Chapman retains serve.
1 serve 0.
Monreal is famous for his coverage of the court. It's going to be a real tussle here between two great players.
One, hold it. 1 serve 0.
Good use of the ceiling there by Monreal.
Point.
And good play by Chapman. It's going to be a tough battle, Natty, for
2
Monreal.
serves
Yes,
0.
Poncho, as you can see, he's a little bit out of shape at this point, but he's got the great moves and still the great hands, and this should be good. This is Poncho's kind of a game, and of course it's David, so it should be a good match.
Good use of the side wall, and just finishing off the challenge of Chapman there.
1 serving 2. Short ball. Second serve. Mark. Together at 2.
Pancho Monreal.
That's the second point.
At 2-all. Pancho Monreal serving.
You can see Poncho's trying to use the glass, just like everybody else. It's one of the ways to get a
3-2.
An opportunity to
I call
make a kill or a pass off the glass.
There seems to be a little confusion with the scoreline, because the referee did call, and I must say I didn't notice the fact that Pancho had scored. In fact, David Chapman has achieved his aim there by pointing out a wrong scoreline to the referee. So it is 2-all, together at 2.
2 serving 2.
Good play by David Chapman. As a result, Pancho Monreal
2 serves
loses
2.
serve. Another mark for David Chapman.
One of the ways to return the serve, especially the lob serve, is to anticipate and try to fly the ball, just as Poncho is doing, and of course without going over the line, otherwise results in a point for the server.
So now David Chapman leading by 4-2.
Serves 2. Point.
Very good play by David Chapman.
Yes, especially his control is tremendous, and he's able
5
to move everybody, not just Poncho, but everybody else in the world.
Pancho Monreal there pushing David Chapman back by using the ceiling shot.
Yes, he has to do that. He has to do that.
Good play by Chapman. He really is able to kill the ball, Natty.
Yes, he does. Especially the kind of a game he has.
Serving 2.
He gets ready with setups. He moves his opponents pretty good, and then he's able to just execute the kill.
Point.
And the ball just hopping a little bit awkwardly there for Pancho, giving the advantage to David Chapman.
7. Serves 2.
It's a nice little move there from David. Instead of going to the left, goes to the right,
So
and gets the opponent off guard.
Bad bounce.
The referee there acknowledging Pancho Monreal's objection that there was a bad bounce off the glass
Ball
wall.
did play funny. Let's
So
replay.
That serve
7.
being
Serves 2.
reserved again as such.
That's right, he got the bad bounce, so the referee for the replay.
Side is out.
So now Pancho Monreal with an opportunity now to reduce down David
2.
Chapman's lead.
Serve 7.
2 serving 7.
Point.
Well done by Poncho, well done. He hung in there, followed the ball, and then went for the kill on the right
3.
corner.
Serve 7. Side is out.
Amazing shot by David again. As you saw, Marty, he put it right on the side wall, and Poncho
7.
wasn't able to get the ball.
Serves 3. That's a point.
It's a good serve by David
That's
Chapman.
a beautiful serve. He's doing it perfectly, and he's putting it down on the wall. And of course, you lose a couple of nails when you try to
8.
make that, to
Serving
get that
3.
shot back.
Oh, that
It's a great call by the referee. He saw it. I know that
Replay.
kid that is refereeing
8.
also there.
serves 3. Side is out.
Pancho Monreal now having the chance to get a little bit closer to David Chapman.
3. Serves 8. Short ball.
Ball, of course, has to come
Second
outside
serve.
the second line there, as you see.
Let's use something right now. Poncho had a short serve, and of course on the second serve you are more careful.
Point.
And that's the reason he scores a point, because on the second serve he just went around
4.
and made sure that he got the ball
Serving
over
8.
the lines.
Short.
And again, short, because it has to hop
Second
outside
serve.
that second line as you look at it. Serving line.
Side is
Pancho
out.
unable to get it up on the wall, so that's going to be a change of serve. David Chapman now serving.
8. Serves 4. Side is out. 4. Serving 8. Point.
Point for Pancho Monreal.
As you can see, Poncho's moving to
5.
Marty. This
Serves
is
8.
Poncho's kind of a game. You know, a few pounds ago he was much lighter, and of course he could move much better, and he's still doing well.
Point. Sorry, I'm going to take that back. That's a skip ball.
Natty called a good shot, and then he took it
Joke.
back and saying that ball skipped, and from up here it looked like the ball
8.
skipped too.
Serves 5. Play it again.
And obviously, as you can see there, the ball hopping off the separation on the glass wall awkwardly. So that's going to have to be
8. Serving 5.
reserved.
Fine shot by David.
9,
He's
serve
waited
5.
and waited until he make his shot.
Good recovery there by Pancho Monreal. And a
Yeah.
very good passing shot indeed by Pancho Monreal.
Yes, an excellent shot. He went down with his
5,
left hand and put a
serve
reverse
9.
in the shot, and that's the reason to stay off the wall.
Short ball.
Excellent shot. Now Ponch is going back
Second
to the
serve.
Z serve to the left. Looks that way. Well, here we go again. It's always fooling me in the court and off the court.
Point.
Very good play by Pancho Monreal. He's beginning to settle now.
Yes. As I say before, they both
6.
played this kind of a game.
Serving 9.
I think that the difference will be later on as the game carries on. Poncho will get a little bit tired. And David, of course, being only 19 years old, I don't think he's going to get tired.
So it's an interesting battle between youth and
6,
experience.
serving 9.
So just 3 points between them. Remember, the winner has to reach
Time's
21
out.
points.
Nine, serving 6. Play it again.
And obviously, that ball hitting off Pancho Monreal, so it has to be taken once more, reserved.
Check the ball, please.
And here there's a process whereby you check the ball because of any sweat or any water that may have deposited on it, thus making it
9,
skid or
serve
skip.
6.
Yes, the game is difficult enough, and now having other obstacles will make it even tougher. Both of the players taking control, trying to get the opponent off the front court. So as you can see, ball wrapping around and going up to the ceiling, and V pass shots, just to keep the ball off the center court. As you can see again, another V pass by Poncho. A little bit of a setup there for Punch, and get him out of the front court again. And of course, little fatigue with Poncho, just a little bit. And of course, an excellent rally here, an excellent.
And a great array of talent and shots. And finally, David Chapman wins the rally and deservedly gets a warm round of applause from the crowd here in Croke Park.
Yes, Poncho should be calling a
10,
timeout here.
serve 6.
I think that he got a little tired on that particular rally, so we'll see what he does in the next couple of rallies.
Skip
Yes.
ball. Point.
Each
11,
player is
serving
allowed
6.
3 60-second timeouts in a game of 21 points.
Hold it. Ball slid.
The ball,
Check the ball.
according to the referee, Natty Alvarado Jr.,
Ball slid,
saying
David.
it skidded off the glass wall. So that's going to be served once more.
11, serving 6.
Poncho did very well considering he slipped.
He was able to recuperate in time, and it's another pass. Little desperation shot there.
Point.
A little bit unfortunate there at the end.
Check the
It'll be
floor.
interesting, as Natty says, whether Poncho will take a
Floor.
timeout fairly shortly.
Check the floor. Where you went down. The point. Timeout. First timeout,
Indeed,
Pancho Monreal.
Pancho Monreal takes his first timeout.
Yes, Marty, as I was saying, that would have been the right time to call the timeout 2 points ago. As you saw that, he was fatigued and he couldn't end up the rally, you know, the two previous. So for that, David has got 2 points now over him after that long rally that they had.
Time is in.
Okay, yeah, sure.
How's the floor up there, Poncho?
Okay, check Ben. And just explain very concisely what the rules of handball are.
12, serving 6.
Just to explain the serving method here, whoever is serving is just like in volleyball. Whoever serves is the person that scores. Of course, if the person receiving the serve gets the other person out, then it's a side out or a hand out.
David Chapman now has taken on a headband, obviously the sweat and perspiration. It's a very good kill. And indeed, describe his dress, his style of play is excellent.
Yes, indeed. His headband right now, what is preventing
13,
is
serving 6.
the glass is fogging up from the moist and the sweat.
Monreal trying to use the side walls effectively and pushing David Chapman back the back wall as much as possible. But Chapman is taking up very good positions.
Yes. Yes, Poncho, of course,
14,
is
serve
giving
6.
even though the score does not reflect what's going on, he's still giving some nice rallies. And of course, the last serve, as you saw, he just completely missed that one. It looks to me that David is doing what he's supposed to be doing, and of course he's moving him around until Poncho is getting tired, which he's showing that right now. Oh, an excellent shot. Beautiful shot. You saw that, Marty. He has hit the ball off the back wall and hit the side wall and hit the front, and the ball just rolled. What a beautiful shot.
Certainly, even at this early stage, you'd have to say, Natty, that Poncho seems to be in a certain amount of trouble.
Yes, he is. He looks that way right now, and David is about to close his first game.
17,
of course, Poncho has to move him around so he can get in the second game with more confidence.
And this time, David Chapman loses serve, so there's hand out, as they say in handball terminology. Which effectively means that Poncho now is able to score a point because he's serving.
Side is out.
And that's really a very bad miss by Poncho Monreal. That was what you would say is a rather good scoring opportunity.
Yes, he was able to
17,
put it away,
6.
and he did not do it. So for that, David gets in the service packs again.
Oh, lovely shot there, lovely kill by Poncho, making up for the earlier mistake.
Yeah, that's the good thing about our game.
17.
You know, you can always come back and do something. So I think that David should be able to make something there. Now he's appealing a bad bounce.
David is appealing a bad bounce where?
So David Chapman just protesting the referee.
Any of my linesmen see a bad bounce?
Yeah.
None. Point.
The referee just checking with his linesman. See if there was a bad bounce. David Chapman's objection is overruled by the referee. So the point stands. Oh, very good shot by Poncho Monreal.
Yes, indeed. As you can see, both of the players have a similar game.
Serving 17.
And as I said before, the score does not reflect the play that is going in the court.
Oh, and a very good passing shot by Poncho.
Almost made it over.
serving 17.
It's a long way back for Pancho Monreal. 9 serving 17.
Excellent shot, but David.
Side is out.
Excellent shot, but not being able to hit the sidewall, and the ball just stayed down the wall.
17 serves 9.
Poncho never had a chance to get that ball. Excellent execution by David Chapman.
Point.
Excellent shot, Marty.
That is some shot. Brilliant play by David Chapman.
18 serves 9.
The world champion having no answer to that sort of a kill by David Chapman.
I didn't see anything.
Now when the ball is that low, there's nobody that can get it. The only person probably would be Daxie Walsh. He's so
19
fast.
serves 9.
But it was low.
Point.
David Chapman again scoring,
Game point.
which means
Serving
he's
9.
just 1 point away. Game point to reach 21. Pancho Monreal under pressure here, and David Chapman
First game, David Chapman.
wins the
21-9.
point and wins the first match.
With an excellent retrieve, he just put the ball back to the front court. And Poncho being still in the back court, he was not able to go back all the way to the front. And of course, about 18 or, no, excuse me, 38 feet to get to the front.
So the first game won by David Chapman, 21 points to 9. You got that 5 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
Silence in the gallery, please. Let's begin play. Hold it. Let's keep it down, please. 0, serving 0.
So the world singles champion, Pancho Monreal, now under pressure to win this game, the second game, having lost the first one 21-9. Natty Alvarado, maybe you could just explain some of the rules of the game of handball.
Sure. As you can see, Poncho was serving, and he made it over the line, of course. As soon as the receiver returns the ball, makes a kill, then that's a side out. So whoever serves scores.
So David Chapman is now serving, so he has a chance to gain a point, which he just has.
Yes. So that's the object or the receiver player. The receiver player at all times has to get in the front court, which means that he's got to get either a ceiling shot or wrap it around the walls to get the play off the front court.
Rather elementary mistakes by Pancho there, Natty. A bit unusual for him.
Yes, Poncho has an excellent hand-eye coordination, and that's not one of his shots right there. Put it on the floor.
Side is out. 0 serves 2.
And David's got the lead right away.
Thought you were going to take that with your right hand. I thought you were taking that shot with your right.
Pancho just having a word with Natty Alvarado Jr. there, just looking for an objection in some shape, but the referee maintaining that he could have taken it with his right hand.
Yes, this is going to be tough. Natty and Poncho, of course, they're roommates, and we all do the same things all day, so it'll be interesting to be around them today.
3 serves 0.
It's an unusual serve, really. Well, it's a lob serve, but it's just that he varies it slightly, Natty.
Yes, and what that serve does is so difficult to return it. that a person with not a good offhand or a good left hand is going to give a lot of setups to David, and that's exactly what he does the whole time.
0.
So in this second game, the American certainly has taken an early advantage. And a great effort by David Chapman, but it's hand out. So the advantage now with Pancho Monreal.
0, serving 4.
You saw that right away. He just went up to the ceiling again. Oh, beautiful shot there, Marty. Beautiful shot with the overhand left heel. Overhand shot. It's so difficult in handball to make a shot like that.
0.
Again, David just moves the ball to the right instead of the left just to keep the opponent honest. He doesn't want to give anything away, so he just places the ball side to side. And you saw that reverse there with his left hand and was able to score on Poncho.
So David Chapman now with a 5-point advantage.
5, serve 0.
Beautiful get by David. As you can see, David is very, you don't see how fast he is. He makes excellent shots and retrieves. That's a beautiful get by David. He can move, he doesn't look fast, but he really is. He knows and he's aware of where he is at all times in the court.
Pancho Monreal using the seating there to try and push David Chapman back.
Point.
And Pancho
timeout of the second game.
calls for his second timeout.
It looks there that Marty, that Poncho got a little hurt, and that is one of the problems that he's been having over the last 3 or 4 years. A sciatic nerve in his back, and as you can see, he had to go away.
And here during this break, Pancho Monreal is changing his gloves, and there is a theory that the players wear the gloves just to protect their hands. That's not actually true. It's to prevent sweating and moisture developing on the ball. So Pancho obviously feels that there is sweat now coming through the gloves.
Excellent point, Marty, talking about not protecting the players' hands, but protecting actually the players from not hitting the ball or getting it wet so the ball skids all over the court. As you're seeing this, Marty, as they're getting ready to start the game again, they just keep, David is keeping Poncho on the move, and that's the reason he's, Poncho right now in trouble.
Hold it.
Of course, being 19 years old, there's no way that David is getting tired at all.
6, serving 0.
He's got a commanding lead, 6-0.
Short ball.
So that's going to have to be served again.
Second serve.
It has to hop outside that serving line. That's the second line, the nearest line to the back wall. Lovely play.
As you can see, David is not overpowering. He doesn't have that left hand that like John Bike, Tati Silveira and Doxy. What he does is got so much control that it doesn't matter how hard you hit the ball, is where you put the ball to execute the shot.
And certainly his style is causing problems to the world champion. And a good play by David Chapman.
Nothing like a pair of fresh legs. You saw there Poncho moving in, and then David
try to
following
keep it
right
down,
after
Gallagher.
him. But as soon as David got to the ball, Poncho was not able to do anything. So David it looks like his plan is working on putting Poncho side to side. And as you can see, Poncho's getting a little frustrated there.
9, serving
So
0.
now David Chapman with a 9-point lead. And looks odds-on favourite now to reach the invitational singles final. Unless the world champion can produce something
Side is out.
in this second game. Now Pancho Monreal to serve.
0, serving 9. Short serve.
Short ball, as you can see. This time we'll take no chances.
Point.
The very first point for Pancho Monreal in the second game.
1, serving 9.
The comeback perhaps has started. But it's a long, long way.
Side is out.
A lovely shot by David Chapman, a great passing shot.
Excellent shot down the wall.
9.
He's kissing the
Serves
side
1.
wall, and there is no way that Poncho can get to that ball.
Point.
And really, David Chapman has this easy style which kills the ball. Usually here in Ireland we're used to a very fast kill.
Yes, he's been doing that since he
Hold
was
it.
5 or 6 years old.
10,
So as you can
serves
see,
1.
he's an experienced young player.
Side is
One
out.
of those rare misses that David doesn't usually do, but
1,
he's a human
serving
being.
10. Short ball.
Short ball once more, has to be taken once more. Reserved. And really things not going well at all for Pancho Monreal.
Yeah, looks like Poncho to me, he wants to end the rallies before it's
10,
time, and
serving
for that
1.
reason he's pushing too hard and getting out of rhythm. It's a two-shot. Here we go again. Instead of going up and have a V pass or get him out of the front court. So he's kind of frustrated right now, trying to end up the rally too soon. And of course, David goes back to his same serve. There's no need to change anything when you're doing well.
Side is out.
Pancho finally gets to conclude David Chapman's
1.
serve.
Serves 11. Short ball.
It's again a short ball. Has to hop outside the serving area
Second
between
serve.
those two lines.
What this World Championship is doing to Poncho, and the reason I emphasize this is because
Play that
he's been
replay,
hurt.
Poncho.
So now, because of this, he wants to go back.
And
Thank you.
Looks like
the referee there was asking for the ball to be reserved, but David Chapman seemingly
2, plays 11.
admitting that there was nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
So good sportsmanship by David Chapman.
Because he has actually told the referee that he couldn't get the ball, and that's the reason that he gave the point away to Poncho. But then he gets back and gets the service back again.
Eleven plays 2. Play it again.
And just hinder there as such, where they interfered with each other and both acknowledged that it happened. So
right, there was in the backswing, so they know each other, and of course David asked the referee, and the referee gave the hinder again.
Point.
The placement that David has in this ball is excellent.
Serves 2.
Oh, takes it off there. Beautiful, beautiful shot.
some play by David Chapman.
Yes, it's so hard to see with the glass on the side and then still fly it off. A shot like Poncho's, that is an excellent shot.
13. Serves 2.
So it looked very much, even at this stage, that Pancho Monreal's reign as world champion is coming to an abrupt end.
Yes, it doesn't look good for Poncho at this
14
point.
plays 2. Side is out.
A little tough shot there for David. He tried to go on the run, going backwards, and still try to shoot the ball, which a lot of people can make it, but it's not the right shot to make. But they can do it. The pros can do that.
A great shot there by Pancho Monreal, using the back wall up onto the front wall.
Beautiful.
And good play by the world champion. He is not beaten yet.
You're right, Marty. He keeps trying. He's a fighter.
3. Serves 14. One. Side out.
That's great play by David Chapman.
Yes.
There's absolutely no answer to that sort of play.
No way. There is no chance that you can give him a shot like that and get away with it.
14,
There's no way that you can
plays
serve
3.
and then leave it open like a setup, and being David, the #1 player, is not going to waste any shots like that. And there's a result. Gets a point after that mistake by Poncho. So now the score is
15. Serves 3.
15-3.
Pretty impressive performance by David Chapman in the second game.
Side's out.
Hand out there, so Pancho now with the opportunity to serve.
3. Hold it 3. Serving 15. Side is out.
Smartly, David just waited and waited until the play opened up for himself, and able to see the ball with the right angle, and then he just put it away. Not a kill, but just a nice placement in the front court.
Side is
David
out.
Chapman just a little bit over anxious there, so he loses serve. Hand out.
3. Serving 15.
Good play this time by Pancho Monreal.
Poncho is really
4.
working for his
Serving
points,
15.
as you can see, Marty. And of course, playing against David, every point that you earn, you have to earn the point every time that you play David.
And he's got 2 of them now.
5. Serving 15.
Great rally. This time, the point that Natty was making a moment ago, obviously Pancho was listening, because he this time waited for the opportunity rather than trying to go for the kill too early.
He is working patiently now. He knows that. So he's just
6.
going up to the ceiling, going
Serving
pass
15.
and pass. And of course, both of them are, having the same game. And for that, he gets 3 points in a row.
Oh, very unfortunate there. And a
Side
good
is
shot by
out.
David Chapman. So Pancho loses serve.
15, serving 6. He's calling for a bad bounce.
Bad bounce in the heater. What is that?
Protest over the bounce of the ball here now.
Bad bounce.
What's your call? A heater or a bad bounce? What is it? You gotta call it.
I didn't see the bad bounce.
You didn't call it a heater ball?
You stopped play completely. You have to go through the, you have to keep playing. You stopped.
I can't play. You want me to go through the heater or what?
So Natty Alvarado Jr. here.
Are you
and,
asking?
Bad bounce.
Did anyone see the bad, my line, did you see the bad bounce?
and this is the incident that Pancho is protesting
Replay,
about.
replay.
So the referee has in fact decided to replay this. This is the
You have
incident
to
again.
continue play, Pancho.
And Pancho
15, serving 6.
coming in
Just
there, and
stops there.
watch this. And he
Doesn't
tried
move
to
at all. And of course, David being on the way, Poncho kind of hesitated, and this happens so quickly that you have to be able to kill it right away.
And down.
a lovely kill there by Pancho.
Well, hopefully he'll get
6,
met and gets going right now,
15.
Marty. He can do some amazing things, and
Short ball.
he has to get some courage in him, and
He's
of course he
appealing the
can come
serve.
back. Being the world champion still is not over yet.
He's appealing the serve. You disagree with my call. You thought the ball was good. The other linesman? Take 2.
So they're now reserving this shot. There are protests. The linesman was overruling the referee's decision.
So now
And,
2 serves.
David is telling the referee that he's a little local, which means crazy.
And that's a hinder ball.
Replay.
So that's going to have to be retaken, reserved.
6, serving 15.
It's when the ball hits the player and it's going to reach the
Short
front wall,
serve.
and the ball is replayed.
Don't think you can call Natty Alvarado Jr. a local Dublin man by any means.
Side is out.
David Chapman deserved.
15, serving 6.
Oh,
Point.
good play and a good point for Chapman.
Oh, that's an excellent placement. Ball is, when David is hitting the ball, he's not in
16,
trouble hitting the
serving
floor.
6.
But he just places the ball where Poncho cannot get to it.
Good shot by David
Point.
Chapman, pushing Pancho back to the back wall as such,
17,
where he had no
serving
chance
6.
of getting it.
Point.
And now David Chapman can see the winning post, and he's going for it.
18, serving 6.
3 points. And he's got a place in the Invitational World Championship Finals.
That is a lovely place to be in.
Point.
Loses serve
Side
here,
out,
however.
6, serves 18.
I think we'll have to say, Natty, that David Chapman is by all means the better handballer of this today.
That's what he's showing, and he's been showing that in the U.S. also. And he's been showing it for a year and a half or a couple of years. So he deserves to be where he is right now.
It's a point.
So 2 points, and he's in the final.
19, serve 6.
Just as Pancho was thinking about getting into the front,
Point.
in towards the front wall, he was immediately pushed back.
Yes.
David Chapman gets another point.
Right, and that's he controlling the game again, and
Match
he's staying in the
point,
front court, center
serving
court,
6.
and that's where you win most of your games, being in the middle of the court.
And a bad bounce.
Bad bounce, so that point
Replay, match point. serve
retaken.
6.
It's match point.
And
1 point away.
Oh, lovely skill by Chapman.
Oh,
a lovely winning point.
What a shot. When he hit that ball, the ball just got a reverse and his hand on the sidewalk. Excellent way to finish this game.
Deservedly, David Chapman qualifies for the World Invitational Singles Final on a scoreline of 21-9, 21-6. Pancho Monreal, the world champion, has been beaten.
Yes, backhanded shot. As the ball beat him, and he was able to recuperate in time and still make an excellent shot after that.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, as you can see all around the place, our main sponsors for these World Championships are Waterford, Bristol, and of course we're so grateful to them for the beautiful people of Bristol. Now, Sean McEntee, the President of the Irish Handball Council, will present the Waterford Bristol semi-finalist trophy to Pancho Monreal.
Okay, do I say something as it's happening?
Senior and junior. Natty is busy in the television box. That's Natty Senior, so we'll give Natty Junior the 2 pieces. They can decide what happens.
Oh, well, I'm pretty sure I can get it at home. I'm not gonna get any applauses for a while. On Poncho. Okay. Oh, as you can see there, Poncho gets a backward shot, goes and passes David. David goes and sets up. The ball beats him and hits it with his back over his back, and when he hits a shot like that, the ball just got a reverse and hang around the sidewall, and Poncho was not able to get it, and Poncho admitting, David, you're the best player.